Good. I say, good morning, everybody. Ha ha. Messing with your brain this morning. We in reverse order, ain't we? Or are we in the right order? Hmm? Now you see Earth and sky. Oh, we got you all types messed up this morning.
And you know, it's. Let me see something. Let me see something.
What's going
Talk to
on?
me.
What's
Yeah,
going on?
yeah. I knew it.
Is it
There's
doing?
got to be something. There's got to be something going on that we're doing. It's
See,
got to
you
be
gotta love
us.
it, people. You gotta love it. Every time here lately, energy definitely
It's
shifted,
got to
right?
be us. You know what it is.
Mhm. The energy definitely has shifted
Yo,
here recently.
it's letting me end the broadcast. I don't want to end the broadcast.
Oh wow. Oh, hold on. Then hold on. There we go. Okay. So here lately, we have been having an interesting flow with Earth coming in. What happens is he attempts to come in. There he goes. See, he's automatically in. Like, see, I don't even have to add you. Like, you naturally just came in. So this is like bizarre.
Yo, it's giving me the ability to end the show.
That's what I
And I,
mean. It's almost like you're in the show, which I mean, technically speaking, doesn't really matter.
no,
You know what I'm saying? But that's something we will definitely work out.
can you flip it back like we had it before?
Yeah,
I like that. I
yeah.
want to. I want to see if it changes the paradigm of the show. Hey, we ain't got a whole lot of time to play around with y'all today, man. Look, it's Earth and Sky, and finally it says Earth and Sky.
Right.
So
It's
hopefully,
woo, woo.
right, right. You know what I'm saying?
We
Now we
switched.
can really bop y'all over the head because you know they say the left brain controls the right side of your body, and the right side controls the left side of your body. The right brain controls the left side of your body. So that's what was happening. Now we about to see what happens when the left side controls the left side, and the right side controls the right side on your ass. Ooh wee,
Got you covered. Got you
slap on you.
covered. Well, like Earth was saying, we really don't have the great amount of time. Of course, we don't really come to you, especially with a morning mashup that often. But when we do,
When we
we come on
do,
you with some of that good old boom bap original rap.
whew,
And right now, the flavor of the day is Kyrie.
Kyrie flavor. You can put some of that on some of your favorite foods out there. It's
You
called
know,
Kyrie, not cayenne. Don't get it confused with cayenne, but it's a hot, spicy pepper like. But it's hot and spicy right now. It is called Kyrie pepper.
yeah, Kyrie Irving is definitely the flavor of the day. He's really, and he's not, and he basically is sticking to his guns. So for those of you who don't know, don't follow sports. Kyrie Irving is the point guard for the New Jersey Nets or the Brooklyn Nets, should I say? My bad,
Brooklyn now.
Brooklyn
Brooklyn
Nets.
now.
And he's pretty much not getting the jab. Now now again he just came out last night on Instagram and pretty much put it out there. He's like, I am not anti-jab. I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking more questions than most people, but I'm asking questions. And I just want answers to the questions. That's all.
That's all, folks. That's all, folks.
That's
We just
it.
want answers.
So, with that being said, he's not taking a stance like, well, nobody should do it. He's like, I don't care if you do it, don't do it, makes no difference to me. He's like, I'm just asking questions, and he's like, it just seems like people are being bullied out there, and he's like,
Yep.
I just want to know why, and he's sticking to his guns. People, I mean, the Brooklyn Nets said first they said, okay, look, because of the way things are set up in New York City with the mandates, quote unquote. Mandates are not laws, people. Remember this. Mandates are not laws.
They are not laws. Mandates are mandates. Laws are laws.
Thank you. So, with the mandate that they have in New York City, as well as LA, or should I say California, you can't
Monkey
enter
see, monkey do.
right? you can't enter certain public places without having the jab and showing proof of having the jab. And basically, of course, he's a basketball player, so he can't enter into, he can't even. And then they said, okay, look, he can go into the practice facility, but he can't play in the games. Can't do it. He just can't play in the games. So now you literally have a split, but that split became even bigger when now the organization said, well, if Kyrie can't be here in full capacity, then he's not going to be able to be with the team at all until he's ready to be with the team in full capacity. So at least he would be able to play in the away games and not the home games, or he wouldn't be able to play in any games in California or New York City. So basically he's going to miss 41 games. Mind you, he'd miss 41 games worth of money, which will cost him $8 million some change, right? But at the same token, he's like, look, I'm going to stand my ground on this thing. He's like, well, again, he's financially stable. Kyrie's got a world championship. He's been in the league. He's made his money. So let's not get that twisted. So he can actually.
But all that aside, now I say what you're going to say.
He can walk away. He's already said, well, look, if I can't play in the season, I could possibly retire. I could possibly sit out. So, see, he's got the options to do what a lot of other players who don't want to participate in the jab thing, he can sit out. He can just retire right now. He is a young man. He's a very wealthy man. He's already made a couple $100 million off of salary and endorsements. He's good financially. Straight, not a problem.
But all that aside, there's a reason why I say all that aside. Okay? Here is the reason why I say all that aside. Because everyday people are being put to the same test right now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So a lot of people, we've got this fucked up Jesus complex. I'm so tired of this Jesus complex. You know what complex we need to have on the side note, Sky? We need to have the Christ complex.
Well, that a lot of people. But yes, we do. No, you're absolutely right, though.
We need to have a Christ complex, not a Jesus complex. Stop following the man and follow what the man stood for, if you follow that narrative. Okay? Kyrie is now being put in the martyr section. Oh, yeah. So he's taking his seat amongst the Pucks and the Biggies and the Martins and the Malcolms and the Desmond Tutus and the, you know what I'm saying, and the Gandhis and the so forth and so on, the Sojourner Truths and the and all, and so many more, so many more to get through life situations of a social capacity every single time. Every single time, it's of a social capacity, because Christ would have lived till 99 had it not been social situations that propelled him to go the routes that he went. Same thing with Martin, Malcolm, all of them. All of them would have lived ordinary, raggedy old Joe lives. No big deal. Pac would have never had the fire in his belly had social situations not been the same. All right. So that being the case, Kyrie Irving is now in a social situation that's causing him to have to make a choice. And because he has to make that choice and he's at the status in which he is at, others are also making that same choice. And they are saying, well, we can look towards somebody who is finally standing up and saying no. And guess what? You have to have two sides to the coin, so that middle side, which is the third side to the coin, can be flipped. Because other than that, you ain't got nothing to flip. You see what I'm saying? You need something to flip. You need that third side for the flip. This third dimensional world we live in. All right? Let's not get that twisted. Two sides of every coin, but there's also the third side that never gets spoken about. That's like some.
If you don't
Yeah,
have
like
depth, you
that's like that
you're
saying,
flat, son. You're flat.
yeah, you flat. You know what I'm saying? You one dimensional. You know what I'm saying? That's what one dimensional means, where you just one side and there's no other side to you. You
Isn't
know what
that
I'm
funny?
saying?
One dimensional is 2D.
Right.
So one is actually two.
Because you got to have a front and a back side, but the front and back side does not mean that that's just still one side. Then you bring the front and the back side of the other. See, that's where we get to talking about 360 and the 720. That's proof positive right there. The nexus is that third side to the coin that nobody ever talks about. The edge, because it's an edge. It's an edge, but it's still a side,
Yeah.
people. It's still a side, cylindrical. Take it, stretch it all the way out. Now you got a cylinder, right? Compress it back down together. You got that coin, three sides. So back to what Kyrie Irving is starting to be looked at now. They are now flashing the martyr light on him.
Oh yeah.
Martyr man.
Oh
Come
yeah.
on,
And they
bro.
literally and they've gone when I say the sports world has gone in on this man. Now here's the crazy part. The sports world has gone in on him,
Right.
but it's the people who look just like him
Of
that
course.
are truly, when I say coming for his throat, coming for that head, I'm talking like we are. It ain't even Halloween, and they're trying to turn Kyrie Irving into the headless horseman, real spit,
The
and they
legend of
are.
Sleepy Hollow, baby.
Yes, they are coming to get him. Like, what are you doing? It's your responsibility. It's your job. Again, we just had a show, and what did I say on that show? Everybody got a choice, right? Got a choice. You can choose
That's
to do
it.
something or choose not to do something, but you've got to be willing to deal with the cause and effect of your choice. You've got to be willing to deal with the repercussions of your choice. If you can deal with it and you have no problem with it, then look, pay the cost to be the boss and be your own person. Stand in your own lane.
Right.
Create your own highway. Well,
Right.
Kyrie, on the other hand, my man, like, look, check this out. Y'all trying to bully the kid. I feel bullied. Not only do I feel bullied, but it's not going to look. I'm not going to make this about me. Kyrie's like, look, there are others out there that are feeling oppressed by this, and it bothers me. So I'm going to be the voice for the voiceless. That is words, the voice of the voiceless. So for people who can't speak up, for people who can't publicly ask these questions, why? Because they've got the white picket fence to 2.4 kids. You see what I'm saying? The two cars in the driveway. The average
But
person who now can't say no. Like I we need to maintain. Like I don't want to get it. The husband looks at the wife looks at the husband. They both don't want to get it. But guess what's going to happen at the end of the day? You got bills to pay. You got to put the kids through daycare. You got to pay for their schooling. You got to do things. And a lot of people are going against themselves because they feel I can't win. Like I just
so and with that being said, not only is the light being put on him to be that martyr and speak for, he's kind of being pulled into it. And I think this is the reason why he tried not to talk so long. Because as soon as you open up your mouth, the world stops. What does the martyr have to say?
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, well, before you're a martyr, you're a prophet. You know, see, this is the other mentality that people have. You know, two sides of the coin. You know what I'm saying? To get to that third side, you got to be a prophet on one side. You got to be a martyr on the other ones. They're always talking about Pac was a prophet. They're always talking about they're all prophets. Here's why they always seem like prophets, right? Because now we're gonna talk about the other side of the coin. All right. The reason why they always seem like prophets is because they're saying what free thinkers think.
Facts.
And since they're saying what free thinkers think, what they're now doing is speaking against the multi-millions who just went along with the plan. Listen, folks, plans are like Tyson said, every man's got a plan till he gets hit.
Yep, you
Okay,
get punched in the face.
till
And
you
it's
get
completely
punched in the
different.
face.
Like it's
You
like,
know what I'm
well,
saying?
what had happened was,
Yeah. Everybody's got a plan. See,
oh,
listen. I don't fault the lawmakers. I don't fault all the people that are trying to press this forward. You know what I'm saying? I have a problem with the people who blindly follow an agenda that they see is going against the will of the people. The will of the people. Okay, I'm all for mandates. I'm all for doing whatever you got to do to make sure you keep the populace safe, even if that mandates the people that don't have the have the. If it was one of those things where if you did not have the jab and you came out of the house and you were instantly affecting somebody, and you could see the ramifications every day on the news, where this is not a joke. You know what I'm saying? You can see it for your own eyes, and it's like, you know what? I'm doing people harm. Let me sit my ass in the house. Okay, that's what a prophet would tell you. You know, is the sign of the time, which causes that social situation we just talked about, right? So bringing it back down to the prophet. You know what I'm saying? They're just telling you what everybody's feeling in their heart, which is feeling the quickest connection, not logic, the quickest connection, but feeling is the quickest connection to the source, right? To spirit, because it works through feelings. Energy is transformed and transitioned through feelings, right? So, with that being said, this person is telling you what they're feeling and they're vocal about it to where everybody else has the same feeling, but they don't get vocal and they just go along. Now, when you start having somebody like Kyrie that says, hey, I made the money, money never made me. And then, because what is the one key thing that everybody's fault on? If it was not about your job, you would have such a small level of detractors that are actually doing it. All right, let's keep
yeah,
Sky.
yeah. No, I mean, no. Look, and people, if you want to watch it, definitely go to Instagram. Just
The
doing
shade room.
just gonna
Go to
search.
shade room.
Yep, you go to Shade or just type in. Trust me, just type in Kyrie Irving. You're gonna
Yes.
get it.
Well, you're gonna get it right now.
You see what I'm saying? And you're gonna see he brings up very valid points. It's like, look, it's not like I'm not saying what no one else is saying. I just so happen to have a status, and that status allows me a luxury. That status allows me the luxury of actually speaking my mind and not really giving a damn what anybody thinks about it. Now, mind you, again, he made sure to say, I am not anti. He is not anti at all. So it's not like he's running around telling people this is crazy. It'll list.
We're not.
He's not doing that. All he's doing is asking questions, and literally, yes, he just so happens to be asking questions, and he's a famous person who makes a ridiculous amount of money. And he stands to lose almost $500,000 per game. Close to $500,000. And that's 41 games, people. Do the math. 41 games at almost $500,000.
Now to say that, let's put that in context, okay? I've seen a lot of NBA stars, football stars, usually us, okay? Very rarely do you hear about any other kind of star losing like major, large contractual agreements like that to where they're losing major sums of money. It seems to really only be us. All right. I mean, more so than not. I'm not going to say we're the only ones, but let's just say if we had to put it on using the Pareto principle, it's a good 80-20. We're always the ones that are giving up these big Google gobs of contracts. And I'll further into that one, but just know that it's because we never were like them. Okay. And because we're never like them, for us to actually sell out, which means that we're going to do what they want us to do because, it's about that money. And we're going to call it sellout because, if it goes against every aspect, not every aspect, but some of the simple principles that, at the end of the day, this does nothing for your people. This does nothing for the betterment of your communities unless, you're able to take some of that money and give it back as they allow you to, then you know what I'm saying. But once again, we're not going to get into that part of it. But let's just say that with this, right? You know, we're able to go and do what we want to do. These 80-20 people, the 80 are getting to the point where they have to be put into a situation where they have to make a choice. Now, some of them do dumb shit, getting caught with smoking weed multiple times, get caught into crimes because their old past life is catching up with them, and they're still being forced to live up to the rules of the blocks that they came from. You know what I'm saying? Are they pick these people who had these issues before, but they just played damn good ball or sports, and so they had to find a way to bring them in, but then the street snatched them back, or something happens to that point, right? You know what I'm saying?
Kyrie is known for saying some pretty interesting things. He's known for having some interesting opinions. He literally will be like, well, tonight's game they'll be without Kyrie. He's missing this game or that game for personal reasons. Again, you never know why he's missing games. And then his biggest splash off the court, besides this, this is the biggest splash that he's made. But when he came out and he said, look, I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong, but I'm having a discussion right now with you about flat earth or a flat plane. And this is just what I believe. Now, mind you, he never tried to push the topic, push the agenda, push an issue, but he does say things. So like you're saying, it's like a lot of people have a past that catches up with them, that gives them a reason to come at them. Well, Kyrie has said some questionable things about society, and he's kind of gone against the grain before. So for them to come at him it's not unnormal for them, but it's just the fact that, like, now it's almost like, okay, fine. We finally got a reason we can get rid of him now. We can make him go away now, because pretty much, like, he's talking that flat earth thing, but nobody really cares. We can just sweep that under the carpet. But this, we can't sweep this under the carpet.
This falls under the shut up and dribble laws that they've got.
Yes.
You know, if they were to put out a mandate, since we're talking about mandates, if they were able to give these guys a mandate, right? Not only just athletes, but people who are, let's say, Eddie Griffin, okay? Let's say some of the other musicians and artists and comedians, once again, normally us. Why? Because we speak out against the bullshit. Because we know why Rome wasn't built in a day. And we also know why Rome fell just as quick as it was built. Okay? Even though it lasted long, it fell just as quick. All right? So let's not even trip. We understand that because we can see the fuck shit. Okay? Let me tell you something. This is the reason why everybody, now I'm about to get racial for a quick second, okay? So let's put on our racial caps and think about this. There is a reason why everybody, why the Asians don't have any major issues. The Italians don't have any major issues. The Irish don't have any major issues. The Indians don't have any major issues. The Africans really don't have any major issues because none of them were shuffled around and put back into their own homeland and stripped of what they know. No, none of them. None of them. None of them. Us, strictly us, are the products of that mentality that was created. So obviously, knowing that, it's not that we have a healthy distrust. Distrust comes from something, from the lack of trust or mistrust, putting your trust in a place where it should not have went to. So that's where distrust comes from. So let's look at it this way. What did we put our trust into something that was not accurate and not good for us?
I mean, we're the only group that's actually had that issue, especially with the United States Health Department.
Yeah.
I mean, no other group has had that happen. I mean, if you look at it,
do you see where I'm going with this though?
It's insane. Like when you sit back but see, here's the thing, Earth. A lot of people don't know because it wasn't taught in history books, and you have to go find it. It's not gonna stick out to you. You're not gonna. It's not something that you're just gonna be like, oh, stumble across. No, because it's hidden quite well.
Yeah,
But when
but
you
see,
find it, ooh, what you find is just going to blow you away.
yeah, because it's one thing where if you found it once, it's one thing if you found it on one particular topic. It's one thing if you found it at one particular time. But this is the game book
Oh yeah.
that they have been using since Plymouth Rock and beyond.
Oh.
Okay, so let's go all the way back to the fucking fucked up blankets, the smallpox blankets. Let's go back to Thanksgiving. Let's go back to peace treaties that were broken. Let's go back to the Indian replacement laws. Let's go back to the 1800s. Let's go back to the slave trade. Let's go back. So see, the track record continues to move forward. So that's why we can't say it's a healthy distrust that they have against the whole jabby jab thing. Why? Do we
Well,
not have the right?
Ask
Do we
the
not?
ask the most powerful three-letter word in the world.
Which is why?
And because when you really peel the onion of that why, I hope you got a minute, and I hope you brought a lunch. Because when you start peeling that why onion,
A lunch. You might as well call that shit a sabbatical.
Yeah, because
you're gonna go away for a long. You're gonna need some time.
You're gonna need some time.
Because the track record. The track record. So when you get to somebody who is of our generation, of our era, like a Kyrie Irving, right? And he says, I don't want to take the jab. What he's speaking from is the DNA, which is the history of everyone in his bloodline who's had some misdealings with the authority structure that is set in place to cajole people to take the jab. It's because it's the same system that's been here for a long time, centuries. Can you say that? Can you say century wars?
And he's got indigenous, straight indigenous. Like when you talk about American Indians, his peoples come up on that list straight up. So it's not like you got to go look. No, it's there. So I mean, so we don't know the history of his lineage, and his bloodline literally could have been directly affected by, again, smallpox, blankets. People forget the steal of the Louisiana Purchase. That people don't realize how big Louisiana actually was. When you look up Louisiana Purchase, you think it's just a tiny little state. Dude, Louisiana Purchase, that strip goes damn near to Canada. Like
it's chopped down.
I mean, you just people.
You got to look at old maps. If you don't look at old maps, you'll never really understand. See, here's the thing, right? This is what y'all got to understand.
Why are you changing the maps?
You know what? Let's talk about that real quick, because it's the same reason why we had the Mandela effect. Because the shit is being rewritten on a day-to-day basis.
Man,
why?
Been in prison for so long, we thought he was dead. Literally thought he was dead. Like, ain't nobody talked about him. We ain't heard about him in decades. Political prisoner kept in jail in his own country. And all of a sudden it was like, wait a minute. Mandela's alive? What? He been dead. What you talking about? Yeah, it was on I remember hearing about wait a minute, they just let him out of prison. He's alive.
See,
whoa.
They understand how the mental works. And they understand there's a true statement. Out of sight, out of mind. If you're out of sight, your mind creates a storyline to close off that chapter. See, that's why women always want and need closure, right? Because they're the mental type. So they need to have that closure to make sure that, hey, I can move on. So the chapter has to end with a period or exclamation. Okay. So when you start talking about how they change the maps every year, it's the same reason. They got super smart They said, why wait until after the war's over to rewrite history? Since we're the victors, let's go ahead and write history, rewrite it on a day-to-day basis. So as they're writing history, things are being removed and changed from the days past. So that way it can always benefit, because the new child is born every day. Somebody turns a year older every day.
Shit.
And somebody's dying every day. So that means that there's a constant churn and burn of people who don't know as opposed to people who do know. And the people who don't know are going to increase if they're never told on those different situations and things that happen. So it will get to the point to where one day they will look at slavery and they can be like, the slave trades? Wow, that was like millennia ago. And it was one of the most integral things that changed the social dynamic of what was then called the Americas. Listen to the way I'm talking now. What was then called. Right. See, we're all going to be talked about. If we're lucky, we'll be talked about, but the majority will not be, because names will go out of the door.
So America actually, real name, Turtle Island. Look it up. Turtle Island. Look it up, people. It will look, the true history. Why is it that in 1958, Encyclopedia Britannica, which was the book of all books, decided it was going to literally scrub all maps and change them? Did you know, Earth? Did you know? Did you know?
Did you know?
They've changed astrology. Did you know that?
I'm pretty sure they have.
They've added a sign. So no
13th
longer
sign?
are you look at his face. Look, they've added a sign, so everything basically got pushed back. Yeah, bro.
Is that why I saw it? Is that why I saw
forward? Yes,
I saw something.
You saw a post that basically states that you're no longer what you thought you were, and that you're now this. Like, wait.
No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I saw a post that had July in the 6th place instead of the 7th place.
Bruh, it states in this new, I'm a Virgo now, and that basically Virgo goes to 10:30, and that Libra doesn't start until.
Get out of here.
Look here, man. Again, when Earth said that they rewrite history beforehand, so they switch the narrative so everything falls into place. I'm like, so Pluto's no longer a planet. So there's literally going to be a generation of people who never knew Pluto ever existed, because they wiped it from the face of the planet. They stripped it from everything. So now it's just poof, be gone.
But see, here, you know what? Here's what now this that I'm about to say is going to be problematic to the system. Not the people in the system, but the system itself. When we say they are rewriting the history, when we say they are the ones who are creating these situations, let me let you know, people, there is no persons on this great big experimental globe that we're on right now. This Mother Terra, Gaia. There's no persons on this planet that have that ability, that are that smart, that know how to change and refract time without some form of outside influence. Okay, so they're not even thinking this way. So if let's take it back
way back
to one of my favorite kids movies. It's called The Never-Ending Story.
The Never-Ending Story. That's my dog right there, literally.
Okay, so you know what I'm saying. Listen, the reason why I say that, right, is because in The Never-Ending Story, at the end of the story was something called the nothing, which was the no thing, KNOW thing, or the nothing. right? But it was as the book was progressing, the pages were being devoured by the nothing. And it was because the nothing was brought about because of a lack of belief or a lack of awareness of the story. All right, look at that. The lack of awareness of a story caused that as the story was forgot by all people,
It was being gobbled up.
then it was being gobbled up because it was making way for something new. But what they made it seem like was that the story, since there was a end at the story, that you know what I'm saying, once that story was gone, that story was gone. But what they didn't tell you is because there's another story that's being written.
Hence
See,
the never-ending story too.
right. And guess what? At the time where the never ending story was showing, the never ending story with two was being written. So that was the flip side. But this is what they don't tell you because they want you to think that when it's over, it's over. When you die, you die. You go to hell, you go to heaven, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, with that, one of those things happen. No, as I'm dying every day, I'm being reborn every day somewhere else. So that's why they say you are creating your life as you're living it. Maybe not here to where you can say, okay, well, if I'm creating my life in the morning, I want to have $500,000 ready to go so I can get this business launched off. If you can manifest things like that, but that's not what we're talking about. It's a totally different situation. As your day is being gobbled up by the nothing, your future is being created by the something. Okay, so that's what they didn't tell you about. They never told you about what was the antithesis of the nothing. Was the something.
Look,
This is how we break it down, folks.
As above, so below.
This is how we break it down, folks. So as all of this is happening, we're now thinking that it's ending, it's finite. Yes, this is gonna be going. This will be gone. Kyrie will be gone. Everybody who took the jab will be gone. One day they will not even remember our names. They'll just remember the events. And eventually they'll forget the events too. They'll be archived as little black and white or little digital readouts that express what happened at a certain time and era. And they'll be accessible through the Akashic records.
Like hieroglyphs.
Like hieroglyphs. You feel what I'm saying, folks? We don't know how they was really living. We can only tell by the poop that had corn in it. You know, they were eating corn at this time, or they were eating bison, or they were eating wildebeest, or they were eating lion. You know, they can look
bone fragments.
Yeah, bone fragments.
Looking at hieroglyphics.
That's what's creating this story. Okay, but it's not creating this story. It's bringing this story back to life so that it can be rewritten by the something into another story. Now we getting super deep here. Now this right here. This is chop suey, but I'm gonna stay in it because the universe has got me by the shoulder. Like, let's go. It's Thursday. Kyrie made a stance to where you should not have to feel like you're alone. Listen, they let go 600 nurses. Then they turn around and let go of 1,200 more. And then they've got the nerve to sit up here and say, that Americans are choosing to walk away from their jobs.
When they hit him with the Thanos.
But let me tell you what's really happening. Let me tell you what's really happening. See, here's the underlay for the overplay. The mass numbers need to be inoculated. All right. They want 100% cooperation. When in Earth's time have you had 100% cooperation on anything besides thinking and taking a breath and eating something and then taking a shit and expelling it? That's right. The only time you have 100% cooperation with all of the species on this planet. That's it. That's it. Other than that, we're on our own different. They're wanting 100% of the people to take the jabby dab jab. Now, I'm gonna let Sky chime in on this one, but this something they said was happening while everybody was forced to be on lockdown. They said they were setting up these 5G towers, right? said they were setting up these 5G towers. Now, these 5G towers, what's happening? A lot of them were put in place. You didn't know where they were at. You did know where they're at. You seen them. You didn't see them, but they
Well,
were up.
again, no. What happened was the Mandela effect. Because
Right.
again, you were away for so long that by the time you realize, wait, where did that come from? It's already been there for months, if not a year, because you ain't been out.
Bam. So 5G towers, just like he said, have already been there now because you forgot. You ain't been out in months. You come back out, you didn't even know it was there. You know what I'm saying? Unless you stopped and you felt something different. But here's the happenings. All right. So let's say that was riding along. Okay. And a lot of the sickness was coming from 5G activation. All right. But on the other side, what does AI need to truly expand itself for Alexa to really say what she needs to say in your home, which is maybe a little bit further than the regular towers that are being provided by that server, whether it's T-Mobile, Verizon, or Amazon, or whoever, doesn't matter. The point is, all this comes together to where while we're being distracted by who's taking the jab and who's not taking the jab, if there's something in the jab that's going to be activated by 5G, AI is coming on the backside because all these people who are leaving their jobs, well, guess what? Let's not forget we got Flippy, the great hamburger flipper at McDonald's. Yeah, Flippy. We're going to keep the burgers coming. We're going to keep the beef coming. Our Impossible Burger. I'm sorry. I'm scared as shit of anything called an Impossible Burger. Like, oh, you trying to make sure my ego has got to try this because it's impossible. Yeah, it's impossible that it's not a real burger.
Look, it when a lot of things are said and done at the end of the day, especially when it comes from a large group of people, especially when it comes from a large authority group. Right now we are living in a time in which, Dave Chappelle kind of said it best, and they're trying to cancel Dave, and they didn't got the strong look. Dave ain't going nowhere. Put your big boy and big girl boxer briefs on. You see what I'm saying? And just have a day. You know what I'm saying? My man's and he said it so true. He's like, look, you can have a rapper in Walmart shoot somebody dead. Nothing
He
happened.
ain't say somebody. He said nigga. Shoot a
Yeah.
nigga. That's what he said.
Dead in broad daylight in Walmart, and nothing happened to their career. But you say something about somebody's sexuality, and now all of a sudden you got to cancel. Canceled. What they're trying to do to Kyrie Irving, literally, is cancel him. They're trying to literally, and see, they've been looking for a reason to cancel him for a while. He's this, he's that. Now, mind you, his teammates have never said he's a bad teammate. Regardless to what team he was on, his teammates never said he was a bad teammate. He just says questionable things that society, the status quo, doesn't go along with. Well, last time I checked, as long as you ain't hurting nobody, maiming nobody, raping, murdering, killing, pillaging, stealing from nobody, you can have whatever type of opinion you want to have. Again, that's called freedom of choice. That's called free will. So when somebody
to exercise that, you got to be a free thinker.
So when someone's exercising that, for them to actually become shunned, become a pariah, because they're just using their God-given right to think and be like, look, I'm not anti-people. Never have been, never will be. I'm asking questions. I'm not promoting for or against. I'm just asking questions. That's it. But I make a lot of money and I say some things that people don't agree with. I come from a different part of the coin that most people don't want to see. So at that point, I'm a bad guy. I'm all of a sudden a bad guy. Now, mind you, people, Kyrie is a very intelligent young man. He is not dumb by any stretch of the imagination.
Right.
He so happens to be a indigenous American, aka black man, who plays basketball at a elite level. So now he is put here, and by saying things that some don't like, it takes him from here down to here, which then makes the system more willing to attack because now his level isn't as elevated. Again, people, let's just keep it. Let's keep it 1K, as the young ones say, right? We don't know who's really getting what at the end of the day. Why? Because none of us actually notice that we don't know what's in the bottles. We don't know.
Did you fill up the syringe? Did you inject that syringe into that bottle and extract it?
We don't know what's in the bottle. So we really don't know, right? And he's just asking questions. We don't know. Are famous people getting it? Are famous people not getting it? We don't know. Again, we don't know who's getting what, where they're getting it, where it's coming from, anything. All we're being told is, look,
they's getting it.
Where's the ball? Where's the card at? Where's the 3-card Monte? Where's it at? You can find it. Don't take your eyes off it now.
Yeah.
It's not even there anymore. It's been moved off the table, but you didn't even see it, and it was so smooth how it was moved off the table that you just be like, oh wow, you're mystified. How did that happen right in front of your very eyes? Look, they're trying to cancel this man. They're trying to literally scrub him from history right in front of your very eyes. Mind you, for his opinion over a job.
Now.
He can walk away from at any given time and be perfectly fine.
And what is it? But what does it symbolize when it's up? Because I'm going to go back to something you said earlier. What does it symbolize when it's a indigenous man and the first ones they send after him are an indigenous group, right? So, and this leads me to the Donkey of the Day award. Sorry, not the Donkey of the Day. That's your boys over there. The Milkshake Award.
Oh, yeah.
This leads me to the Milkshake Award. Now, normally I don't give the Milkshake Award. I leave that to be given by my partner.
He's milkshaking today, people.
But as you can see, I had my shake this morning. So now, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to drink somebody else's shake.
Ooh, and the Milkshake Award winner is.
So the winner of the outspoken Please Take My Milkshake Award goes to Stephen the Donkey Ass A. Why? Because yet again, he's proven that he wakes up in the morning to appease his masses and give his masses the best way to make a whole lot more money. And hopefully they'll give him a couple of crumbs off the table. Stephen A. Yes, because you are so outspoken, along with everyone else who is outspoken, but you, my friend, as the big foreheaded, receding hairline, I get paid Google gobs of money to talk about our black sports people at the greatest level. You, my friend, get the Milkshake Award. Because for you to lead the charge and make everyone think that Kyrie Irving, a free thinker, okay, who decides and since he is asked, does not mind speaking out about his belief in his ideas that work best for him. Obviously, it's made him multiple millions of dollars, and it's kept him in the league for a nice long time, 10 years if I'm correct. So you know, with that being said, there must be some level of intelligence there, my friend. This is not Kwame Brown, who you tried to take out for being silent about not talking about things and not speaking up and not being vocal about
He
how they
talking
were
now
treating
though.
him.
Kwame
Yeah.
talking now
Oh,
though.
he's talking now, but he wasn't talking in the league. Kyrie is in the league and he's talking. So now what do you got to say? So for you, my friend, I
Nah.
I see your milkshake over there, and I put my straw all the way in your milkshake, and I drink your milkshake.
Oh,
Stephen A., you are an ass. And
oh,
thank you for accepting the Milkshake Award. Because
oh.
Kyrie is not losing, he is winning. Put him in the martyr section if you want to. He's gladly stepped into that role. He will speak to be the voice for the voiceless and understands exactly why he's doing it and recognizes that you can take it all away. You can take all that money away, but his health and the wealth of his family supersede the fucking check that you say he should be bowing down to.
Yeah,
And that's why you get the Milkshake Award, my friend.
because Kyrie came out in that piece that he did last night. He came out on Instagram and basically said, "This is not about the money, people. It's not. So it's not about the money. He's not anti. So why are you coming at him? Like he understands. I don't play. I don't get paid. Okay. He understands. I don't follow the mandate. I don't play. Okay. So for him to exercise his God-given right, the man is literally being crucified.
Now, I got one more thing to say, and this is going to lead into a different show for a different day, and it's called White Rage. Okay, now it's labeled as White Rage, but I think it's just once again the hand of the system,
Okay,
which happens to be the white hand that they're going to use to exercise justice.
it's a status. Just like
That's right.
white is a status.
Right.
Just like black is a status. Just like brown and yellow, they're statuses, people. They just so happen to be crayon colors too. But isn't it crazy how they've turned crayon colors into status and that how we gauge things on crayon color?
So let me give you some definition. Let me give you some definition on what he's right on what white rage is. So whenever there is a let's say a movement on the chessboard from a black side, okay, and when we say black side, we're talking about things that affect Black Americans. Obviously, that's what they want to call us nowadays, which we know is a total, once again, crayon colored
Farce.
status. Yeah.
Farce.
So with that, whenever that move is made, then an overpowering hand, well, it's not even say overpowering, but an alternate or reactive hand happens to come down, and that's where the hand of white rage, which is a subtle thing that actually changes laws, mandates, and different things for everybody. Because oh, you guys won like this, you'll never win like this again. All right, so that's what white rage is. So now, what Kyrie's going to experience, and this is my wrap up at the same time, what Kyrie is gonna experience is that he is going to win this battle because there's nothing they can do to make him take it. Okay, he's prepared to take all that comes with it. Now, the wave, the crest that comes after that is that's where the white rage is going to come in. It's like he can't just get away with the millions. You know what I'm saying? He's got to play until we say he's done. So he can't just leave with the millions. He can't just not be somebody who speaks as the analyst. He's done too much, and people want him, but because of the jab, he doesn't know. So he's not just going to leave. What you're going to notice is that there's going to come some hands where you're going to see it in the news. You heard it first. Kyrie lawsuit, Kyrie this, Kyrie that, and they're going to come at his money. They're going to come at his money. They're going to come at his livelihood. They're already coming at his livelihood. So just watch. That's what we call the hand of white rage. So that's my take on it. Kyrie, I salute you. Stand up and continue doing what you're doing, brother, because you're doing it for you, not for the money, not for the crowd, not for the people. You're protecting your name and you're staying up on your brand. Salute to you, brother. Stay strong.
Yep. Basically, something's going to make sure that another Kyrie is not birthed, and you can best believe that's coming down the pike, people. But we said we was going to be short, sweet. We were short, sweet, powerful, impactful. You know what I'm saying? Coming at you in the morning, something to start your day with, get your brain percolating. You know what I'm saying? Again, something to make you think, people, because that's what we do. We edutain. We do not educate.
Edutain.
You know what I'm saying? We edutain. We do not entertain. Again, people, get used to it. We're here swinging that vine that nobody else wants to swing, talking about things that nobody else wants to talk about.
Jungle journalist, baby.
Jungle journalist. So at that point, again, as you can now see, we have flipped the script on y'all. Now we are Earth and Sky.
Do you see? Because if not, you're blind. You're blind to the fact. You can't see what I can't see. You're blind, baby. You're blind to the fact. Hey, my real Sky, man. Hey, woo, boy, you split them down to the white meat.
Bust them, quick, early. Boom, 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 bap, and get out. Get in, get out. That this morning was a smash and grab.
Smash and grab. Now
Smash
you
and
know
grab.
at night we creeping in through the door. You know what I'm saying? We creeping in through the window. We coming to drop some jewels off on you. Not to take no jewels. We about to drop some jewels off on you. So that's what happens at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? Look out for the Quantum After Dark. The new line for the Gorilla line is coming out. 2022 line is going to be something hellacious to behold. And then, of course, more Earth and Sky. Don't forget, if you got some Primate Marketing, some needs, go to Primate Marketing at Primate Marketing on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And check that out. PrimateMarketing.com. And don't forget about the apparel at earthandskyapparel.com. Got a couple of shirts we got to put in there for the past couple of shows. But yes, you know what I'm saying? We're working on all realms, baby. So just know that we here. We are here. Okay? And we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. Y'all baby.
Diddy Papa, Diddy Papa, Diddy Papa, Papa, Diddy Pop.
Papa Diddy Pop. No more of this. Like, come on, man. Like, yo, anybody else tell you that?
If you're having one of them raging parties, hit me up, though.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Got it. All right, man. You know what it is, man. Earth and Sky, unite. Love y'all.
Hey.
Peace.